RoughRiders playing Game 2 of their series against the San Antonio Missions, and we're joined by Joey Gallo, who's had a hectic last few days. Joey, congratulations yesterday on the Futures Game MVP and coming back here. Have you had any time to rest?
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to getting this game out of the way and going home and sleeping for a little bit. But yeah, it's been a fun last couple of days though, so I'll start resting a little bit now.
I'm sure you're going to have a ton of memories that you'll carry with you, even long after your playing career is over, from this past weekend. But what was the highlight for you of this Futures Game experience?
I mean, obviously the home run was really cool. I mean, in front of 37,000 people, I think it was. So that was an incredible experience, and winning the game was fun too. So yeah, I think the home run was probably the best memory I got from that.
There were a lot of people who were looking forward to seeing you play on a national scale, folks that haven't seen you on a day-to-day basis. But was there anybody there that you were particularly looking forward to seeing, whether it's a player on the World team or the U.S. team?
Yeah, well, I wanted to obviously see Chris Bryant. I haven't seen him play in a few years now. When we grew up together, I watched him play. But so I wanted to see how he was now and how he matured, and he's pretty impressive.
Batting practice, you and I were talking about it last week, that you're not out there trying to hit home runs in batting practice on a regular basis. You're trying up there doing specific things, working on certain scenarios. But, every now and then it's all right to have a day like yesterday, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, yesterday was a little different. Figured, we're out there and a lot of people out there on a big league field. Might as well, let a few go. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You go from sparkling Target Field, built just a couple of years ago. You're in a much different place here today at Wolf Stadium, but does that help make it a little bit even more motivating for you to get back up to that level on a regular basis?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can tell it's a little more of a reality check down here, and even flying back here, I was kind of sad. I wasn't going to get to play in a major league field when I got back with the major league clubhouse and all that. But it obviously is motivating that I got a little taste of it, so I can work towards that.
We're here with RoughRiders third baseman Joey Gallo. Since you've moved up to Double-A, you've had about a month's worth of experience here at this level. What's been the biggest challenge for you with how you've been faced by pitchers?
I mean, I think the biggest challenge is getting to know all the pitchers. In Single A, I started to, get a feel for every team, every pitcher, and I went up there and I knew, everybody's pitch. I knew their best pitch. I knew how they pitched to me, and here I really don't know. I kind of go up there and got to figure it out at bat by at bat. So I think that's the toughest thing is figuring out the league and all the pitchers.
One thing that we've noticed right when you came up to the RoughRiders is that you had to deal with the shift right away with Midland, the first team that you faced. Have you ever had to deal with a shift the way you've had to deal with it at Double-A? Is that something you've faced wherever you've been? Yeah,
I mean, I faced it in High A this year a little bit, but in Double-A it seems like every team's shifting me now, and it's obviously something I got to deal with. I've bunted a few times and try to drive the ball the other way if they're going to leave the whole field open. But yeah, it's just something I kind of have to deal with up here.
How frustrating is it when you hit a ball square and what do you know, there's just a randomly placed player in the spot where your ball was hit because of that shift?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I was telling, I think, Drew Robinson the other day, you're taught to hit balls in the holes, and now when I hit the ball in the hole, it's caught, so I have to hit the ball where other people would be normally standing. So it's kind of weird. I kind of almost have to play it backwards, and so it's tough. But when you square a ball up and hit a ball, right over the second baseman's head, and the guy's actually standing in right field and catches it, it's pretty frustrating. But it's obviously that's something I got to deal with, and I'm sure I'll see more of it as I move up.
But you talked about the bunt, and that's one thing that guys up at the big league level maybe aren't conditioned to do. And you've already bunted for a couple of base hits. You've tried a few others. Where did you learn how to do something like that? Is that something that you've only recently tried to start doing?
Yeah. I mean, I just, I haven't bunted since my freshman year in high school. And so I just kind of went up there, and obviously we bunt in practice, and we bunt every day in spring training. So, I get pretty good practice, and kind of just went up there and, was just hoping, okay, maybe I'll put one down the line. I think I failed the first couple times, and so far I think I'm 2 for 2 the next two. So, hopefully we keep that streak going if I lay another one down.
You've talked a lot about being a complete player, not just a guy who hits home runs. What are the adjustments that you need to feel like are the next steps for you to make in order to be that all-around player who, of course, has outstanding power?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I want to, continue to make strides in my contact. I don't want to strike out as much. I want to put the ball in play a little more, and obviously, it's tough for a big guy like me, a power guy. But that's something that I really want to work on, and obviously, my defense as well. I want to get better over there and continue to to work over there to play in the major league level at third base someday.
Last year you led the minors in home runs with 40. This year you're tied for the minor league lead with your good buddy Chris Bryant. Is that something that you care about at the end of the year, if I'm going to be the minor league leader in home runs? I know that there's obviously a little bit of a bragging factor there with Chris, but do you care at all about that?
No, I mean, not anymore. Really, I mean, it's always cool, but it's still the minor leagues, and I won it last year, and it wouldn't be a big deal if I didn't win it this year. I think it'd be really cool if I did, but if I didn't, it's not a big deal. And if I don't, hopefully Chris does, because obviously I'm real good friends with him. So we kind of have a friendly competition going, but we're both rooting for each other.
Well, Joey, congratulations again on winning the MVP yesterday of that ball game, the experience itself, and thanks so much for the time. Best of luck out there in your next game.
All right, thank you.
It's Joey Gallo. We're back right after this here on the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network.